B. Philip. There were yellow jacket wearing volunteer ministers in my community doing their thing, giving people flyers and pointing people towards their tent this weekend. One of them came up to me and I made a joke at the guy indicating that I had seen them running around the area all weekend, figuring they were a union or political group. He said, "If there is something troubling you in life, there is something that can be done about it." This was his sales pitch, and I guess I asked, "What do you mean?" or "What's this about?" And the man abruptly replied, "It's Scientology." I was surprised by his bluntness. No front group, just right into the main line. I was polite, but I walked away. I worry about seeing them again, about being pestered when I go by, because I frequent the area they were in regularly. I am not aware of any org in my city. I did not go into the tent. I did not give anyone my personal information. Do I have need to be worried about any future encounters? Okay, well, first off, no. You have no reason whatsoever to be afraid or fearful or, freaking out at all about Scientology in your area or the volunteer ministers coming around. I don't know what city you're in. You didn't say in your question, so I can't say what or even what country. But here's what I can tell you about this. The orgs, the city level churches, have volunteer minister vans that they will take around and set up little booths at book expos or at outdoor fairs and events or swap meets or that sort of thing. But there's also at the continental level, there's a big truck that they drive around the countryside, whether it's here in the United States or in the United Kingdom or around Europe, and they'll actually set up events they'll book, or reserve locations in city squares or at events or at convention centers, things like that, for a weekend or for a full week even. And they will do the whole pitch. And those are larger tents where they sell the books and they set up the assist tables to give people touch assists and nerve assists and try to directly get them involved with Scientology. It is a very upfront, in-your-face Scientology activity. The volunteer ministers were never really meant to be a front group. That's not really an accurate description of the volunteer minister program. The volunteer ministers are sort of the tip of the spear of Scientology in a dissemination or promotion factor or manner. The World Institute of Scientology Enterprises doesn't, or WISE as they call it, doesn't identify itself as Scientology very straight away. The Association for Better Living and Education, or ABLE, which is the study technology, or the Way to Happiness books, and the Criminon program and the Narconon program, they do not identify themselves readily as Scientologists. Those are front groups. Volunteer ministers, that's not really what they're doing. They are loud and proud, in-your-face Scientology. In the UK, they even have the Jive Aces go around and play music to attract people to come in there. And they're the Jive Aces. I don't know if everybody knows this or not, but they're Sea Org members. And they travel around with the volunteer ministers. And when you're dealing with the big tent, the continental level volunteer minister roadshow, we'll call it, those are Sea Org members. So you're talking to, very dedicated Scientologists who have drilled and practiced and trained to just get Scientology well thought of. That's all they're really trying to do, is they're trying to do something for people in the community. They're trying to offer the education about Scientology. It's lower level stuff. It's mainly innocuous, harmless, common sense based principles or methods or techniques. The touch assists and the nerve assists are not really very useful or very helpful. They're sort of like getting a little bit of a back massage or something. But the study technology, they concentrate on getting these little booklets that break down Scientology into simple, easy to chew pieces out to the public, and they try to create a good name for Scientology. That's really what that's all about. They're not really, they'll sell books. and they will collect identities. But if they just see you and have a conversation with you, there's nothing to be freaked out about that. They're not going to note down your license plate or come following you, or they're going to follow you around or anything like that. So I don't think there's really any need to be concerned or overly concerned about them. They'll probably only be in town for a little while because that's the nature of the tours that they do. They go around from city to city to city, and that's what I can tell you about that. I hope that's helpful.